What up, witches? For part 28, it's going to be a little bit of a long one, so bear with me. I'm going to be talking about ABA therapy, Autism Speaks, the puzzle piece, etc. Now, this is all my own opinion. This is all informational purposes only. Feel free to go do your own research, read your own things, and come to your own conclusions. All that being said, I personally believe that as a general rule of thumb, ABA and other therapies supported by Autism Speaks are based in abusive tactics. I do not mean that every single doctor who facilitates ABA is an abusive doctor. I do not mean that ABA therapy cannot be beneficial to some children. What I mean is that the history of ABA is grounded in abuse, where children were spanked, shocked, and neglected in order to obtain socially acceptable behaviors from them. The practice was created in order to make children comply. It was not created to help with their mental health. Really, Noah? In the middle of my video? For shame! If you look at the history of ABA, which Autism Speaks so helpfully has a timeline on their Controversies page of their website, of which they have many. You can take a look at their page to learn about why they use things like profound autism interchangeably with autism level 3, that's a whole other video I could make. But essentially, with ABA therapy, the biggest problem is that it helps caregivers, not the children, not the autistic individual. It allows the autistic individual to fit in and to be more socially accepted by exhibiting more socially acceptable behaviors. That's why it's behavioral analysis, but it does not support mental health and well-being. That is my problem with it. If you are using an ABA style therapy, then you need to also be in touch with somebody who is going to assist in your autistic self or your autistic child's mental health and well-being as well. It's not just about how they are socially perceived. It is not just about whether or not you can train them to not run from the house. It's not just on whether or not you can train them to look you in the eye appropriately, or to play with their toys the right way, or to stop them from stimming in a way that bothers other people. Next, I want to talk about the puzzle piece. Autism is so puzzling. That is what people say about autism. It's so puzzling because that was the original reason for the puzzle piece sign. But here's the problem with that. Meanings change over time, symbols change over time. Currently, it means we are a problem to be solved. There's something missing, there's something wrong with us.
Nothing wrong with this.
And using the puzzle piece suggests that you align with Autism Speaks, which is a harmful organization. That is why the Autistic Self-Advocacy Network uses the rainbow infinity symbol to represent autism. The infinity symbol is more inclusive. That is the one that the majority of actually autistic people seem to prefer. And that is why Autistic Barbie collaborated with ASAN and not Autism Speaks. That is why Autistic Barbie has the infinity rainbow symbol and not the puzzle piece, because actually autistic people collaborated with Mattel to create the Autistic Barbie. And I'm only using that as an example. I don't even have the Barbie, right? So this is not like a sponsorship or anything, but I do think that they did the right thing by collaborating with the right group of autistic people. And that says a lot. Because when you look at a lot of the studies when it comes to how ABA is harmful, when they're done by actually autistic people who say, hey, this shit happened to me and it gave me PTSD. And then the response is, more research is needed, but we listen to people when they say they were abused. It's like, so I am just trying to spread a little bit of awareness, and again, my own opinion on why my children do not go to ABA therapy and never will, and how the clinic that I go to for my therapy, my medication, and my treatment plan for my ADHD and my level 2 autism, where I got my diagnosis, they do not recommend ABA therapy. They do not support Autism Speaks. The general rule of thumb is there is no one size fits all. So find what works for you. The goal is to make sure we are getting autistic people what they want and what they need, not what their caregivers or what other people think autistic people want or need. That's the important part. That is the problem with a lot of mainstream ABA. I'm not going to go to the organization that was founded on the idea that autism could be cured, even if they've changed their stance. Their founding beliefs are the problem because they inform their actions today. I will get off my soapbox, and my next few videos will probably be more lighthearted. Hopefully, I fucking hope. I need some levity in my life. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. I'm off this weekend for the most part. It is my husband's birthday. So we are going to go have date night and enjoy ourselves and have a great weekend. Later, witches. Meow, meow.